At the beginning of the story, we meet a girl named Katie. The girl who sees her mom, she is going somewhere in the car with dad. Due to bad weather, Katie's father nothing can be seen ahead, and then a truck comes. Hits their car hard. That girl's mom and dad died in an accident. Let's go. But that girl whose name is Katie, yes, she survives. Now the scene cuts here, it happens, and we meet a girl named Gemma is shown. Gemma children in a company making robotic toys for works, and now Gemma is with her 2 colleagues secretly working on a new robot with this happening. About this project even his boss doesn't know. Gemma the robot she is secretly making, the name is M3GAN. M3GAN is an ultra-intelligent robot, which not only works with children would rather play than save them from every trouble will save. One day when all 3 of them were working, then suddenly their boss David comes there. Goes. When he realizes that this all 3 without my permission working on a secret project. Then he brought these 3 together for this project. He tells a lot about it, and by coming here was angry earlier also. He tells Gemma that last time he visited the toy market, the robotic toy that was launched in India. Okay, same kind of toy made by another company was launched in competition with us. Gemma, to calm down the boss's anger, tells him that if you succeed in the project, then that kind of robot just became another company can't, and M3GAN in the toy market will become every child's favorite. Now Gemma, show M3GAN's demo to your boss M3GAN to say hi to the boss, she says. But try to talk M3GAN, there's a problem with the system. Goes. Because of which M3GAN badly it explodes. Seeing this, David becomes more angry and Gemma gets M3GAN's project shut down in the office, asks to concentrate on work. Some later when Gemma was about to go home from office, then he gets a call letting him know let's go, that sister's car there has been an accident. In which his sister and her husband has been killed. Only his niece Katie is the only one left alive, and she is also badly injured. For several weeks Katie's condition, after staying in hospital, gets a lot better, and now Katie the reason why there is no one else in this world. Gemma brings him to her home. Katie's parents have recently died, and now she comes to a new house. That's why he not very happy in a new house, and Gemma, on the other hand, has never had not taken responsibility of any child. That's why he doesn't know anything either, that's how children are handled. But somehow, he pleases Katie, tries to keep. But Katie is happy in order to keep Gemma focused on her work couldn't give. Next morning Gemma, a child therapist, to see Katie she calls. After meeting Katie, the therapist tells Gemma that Katie is not in this house. Because of which Katie, it took some time to settle here could. When Gemma works at night, when she was there, Katie would come and sit near her. Is Batian Hai Batain main Katie? Gemma asks about his work. Gemma tells her, I'm a robotic toy, I work in a manufacturing company. This Katie gets shocked after hearing because he loved toys. It's later Gemma shows Katie a big robot. Which Gemma did in her college was made in days. This robot Katie, she likes it very much, and she tells Gemma that if I had a robot like this I've been with him all my life I can spend. Gemma praises her work, she becomes very happy after hearing this. And to work on my project M3GAN gets motivation, and Gemma comes up with this idea. Also happens is she likes M3GAN prepared the robot, and that robot gave it to Katie. Then it was very free for me, time will be saved, and I will do well in I will be able to concentrate on work, because at home, she will be able to take care of the robot Katie. After this he along with his companions M3GAN starts working on the robot. But he didn't know that he was going to die the most in his life. Going to make a big mistake. Several weeks after a lot of hard work, finally these people have created M3GAN robot. Succeed in making it. And now the day of M3GAN's tasting comes, and if M3GAN keeps any child happy today then M3GAN should pass will go. Now to Gemma for testing, there was no other child. So Gemma take Katie for testing with M3GAN goes. Katie, M3GAN's primary here to become a user, click on the palm of your hand. 2 fingers touch, and your gives the name by which the M3GAN is activated goes. Primary user means that M3GAN now uses its primary user, i.e. Katie can't avoid it, and Katie will have to help in every task. Activate as soon as M3GAN scans Katie's face, takes it, and sees that Katie is currently how, and what are you feeling, and M3GAN talks to Katie accordingly. It's all on the outside too, Gemma's boss was watching. Painting materials in that room was also kept. On paper for M3GAN Katie, she starts making something, and after a few minutes, Katie gets to see what he has drawn on paper. She says 4. But Katie, when she looks at the paper, she sees it completely was empty. Katie seeing this, and standing outside Gemma's boss gets frustrated, and he begins to think that Gemma once again M3GAN could not succeed in making, and then M3GAN spilled water on that paper gives. Seeing this action of Katie M3GAN is scared of. But Katie when she looks carefully, she gets shocked. On paper because of fallen water M3GAN's painting was visible there it seems. M3GAN's exact picture of Katie had made. Seeing this Katie too, becomes overjoyed and Gemma's boss David also jumps with joy. That from Gemma much praise for the robot he created called M3GAN. and says that we will launch the robot in the market, and this will earn a lot of money. He tells Gemma that M'GAN will soon be completely prepared so that our chairman also be ready to launch it in the market go. Then take Gemma M'GAN to your home she comes. As soon as you step inside the M'GAN house, start scanning the thing so that he can understand everything well. Now M'GAN had only one job, and that job take care of Katie. M'GAN kitties her helps in the smallest is. M'GAN makes Katie do her homework. She scolds him for his bad habits. She also tells him stories at night. Katie now I spend all my time with M'GAN, and she is very happy with M'GAN's arrival. She was happy and Gemma also had a lot of free time now. Started meeting. One day like this Katie playing with her bow and arrow, and then his arrow would go to the neighbor's house. Then your lost arrow from Katie M'GAN asks to search. Gemma and her in the compound between the neighbor's house, there was a hole. When M'GAN scans her the arrow appears to have fallen in the neighbor's courtyard. M'GAN just got into the hole, when she starts picking up the arrow, the neighbor's dog catches M'GAN starts dragging. Katie M'GAN seeing this comes to help. But then that dog also bites Katie. Which makes Katie scream loudly, and this shouting sound can also be heard takes. Gemma would run there till the dog bit M'GAN and Katie had left. Gemma because of the dog get angry at your neighbor But instead of apologizing the neighbor also Ulta tells Gemma that you explain to your child and robot that our don't come into the courtyard. Then we see that M'GAN's hair is messy, and he is quite strange she is staring at her neighbor with her eyes. And like only when night falls we see M'GAN is awake and her face from the expression we know that he neighbor's behavior is not good felt it, and now he is determined to take revenge. Same thing happens. M'GAN when everyone is sleeping when we are there secretly, we go from home, she comes out, and takes care of the neighbor's dog. Calls to her in the voice of her master As soon as the dog came near he tried to kill it. Got takes down, and in a pot hides it. Next morning the neighbor she searches for the dog by calling out. But him can't find my dog anywhere. Then Gemma also sees him through the window. But that ignore him and check on Katie's health. Goes to his room. Katie's health it was a little better now. Today Gemma's to watch M'GAN's performance investors were going to come to the company, and because Katie is M'GAN's prime user. It was most important for him to be there. Therefore Gemma Katie with me for the presentation. Takes away. Katie at the time of presentation M'GAN is locked in a room with and board members are keeping an eye on these two were. Katie was sitting sad in the room, because he was missing his parents. Katie seeing him sad, M'GAN comes and sits beside him. And to talk to Katie very lovingly looks like. Katie's mood in those talks, and tells him I will always be with you. Board members seeing M'GAN's intelligence start clapping, and applauding the board very impressed with chairman M'GAN goes. He would have allowed Gemma's boss that soon this robot, that is M'GAN should be launched in the market. When he knows it seems that this robot was prepared by Gemma. As done, then it is much better than Gemma's work impresses. That's why he David paper ready for promotion to Gemma asks to do. David on the other hand let's see Kurt's assistant Joe Zimma's robot M'GAN is stealing details and files, and here we find out that this assistant is the person who works in the company details of finished product sells to another company. Then also David comes there. At the sight of David he immediately closes his laptop, and he thinks he will be caught today. David Sungheat also begins to doubt this. On David thinks the assistant is dirty was watching a movie. Because of this, he doesn't pay attention to laptop. Gemma, the next day, she starts talking to Katie. But Katie M'GAN was so lost that she ignores her, and doesn't give any answer. Then Gemma turns to M'GAN turns it off. But Katie angry turn M'GAN back on soon takes. Katie now knows whether Gemma is going to be born or not. There was no difference in being there. This Gemma feels very bad after seeing this. Therefore she would immediately call the child therapist. When the therapist talked to Katie when Katie starts doing it, even the therapist knows something. Doesn't answer. Seeing this the therapist also gets upset, and goes straight to comes to Gemma. She tells Gemma that you have made a big mistake. It is said that when a child's parents die, then he goes to someone else's place there is a strong need for support. Therefore M'GAN is doing all the work you should have taken care of the place. This is the reason that Katie has such behavior today. She says that if this continues then Katie will become completely attached to M'GAN, and then she will not listen to anyone. That's why you introduce Katie to outsiders should. From Gemma Katie at dinner time she talks. She tells him that you should make your own friends outside school. Katie at first refuses to let me stay at home M'GAN will teach. But Gemma's again and again when asked, she agrees. But on one condition, that M'GAN will be with him too. Hearing this, Gemma forbids him, because all this something Gemma was doing so get away from Katie M'GAN. On this matter an argument starts between the two. Katie gets up from here, and starts leaving. Gemma grabs Katie's hand to stop him. Tries. Then M'GAN heard a scary voice. Letting go of Katie's hand to Gemma asks for. Gemma angrily scolds M3GAN. Asks to turn off. But M3GAN refuses to turn off. She says that's when my Prime user turns to me, I will turn off only when asked to turn off. Will be. Hearing this, Gemma yells at M3GAN. Asks to turn off. Go, then she turns herself off. Now to see if the mag shut down, Gemma goes to him, and getting closer, she sees M3GAN turn off. It is done. However, as soon as he left their turns to go, M3GAN has you open your eyes. M3GAN's actions, it seemed that gradually he was getting out of control. Next day, taking Gemma Katie to outdoor school goes. KD still has M3GAN with him. I was adamant about keeping it. Then one of the students of that school, the teacher, comes there. He did Gemma, and Katie had heard the things. She tells Gemma that Katie also took this robot I imagined with him. Lakati, and finally Gemma too. Katie agrees, and these people rest keep M3GAN with the children's toys. Let's give. After this, teacher all some activities by gathering children was about to give. Teacher activities for children, 2 children each to perform, divide into groups. Bad luck Brandon as partner to KD from a boy named Milta, he was a very naughty boy. When these 2 forests I was performing an activity, when suddenly Brandon starts harassing KD is. Seeing KD upset, M3GAN is also there. It reaches. Brandon Kitty to M3GAN. K asks about. KD tells him that he is a robot. See Brandon, M3GAN goes to him, and tells KD tell M3GAN to talk to me. KD tells her that M3GAN is more than just me. Doesn't talk to anyone. As soon as I hear this, Brandon would pick up M3GAN and run into the woods. Hi, and M3GAN in a secluded place in the forest, he takes him and throws him on the ground. After which he tries to talk to M3GAN. But when M3GAN doesn't talk, she starts hitting, and now M3GAN gives him her real show's form. He held Brandon's ear, pulls it and cuts it. Seeing this, Brandon screams and sounds like somehow free yourself and run away, it seems. But now where is M3GAN following him? M3GAN leaving like a wild animal, she goes after him. On the run, Brandon slips up and down the hallway while rubbing, it falls straight on the road. From this, before Brandon could control himself, the car crushes him, and it all topples. M3GAN is watching. After this, the police, everyone is questioned about Brandon's death. Does it? But the police have no clue, get it? Because of which the police think that Brandon's death was an accident. Second, on the other hand, M3GAN is hiding in the car, KD, and looks at Gemma. As soon as we reach home, Gemma asks KD what's going on in the woods. Something happened to you know. KD tells him where we, but M3GAN was kept from there by Brandon. M3GAN picked him up and took him towards the forest. I don't know what happened after this. That don't tell Gemma that M3GAN herself came to the forest. Just then at the door there is a knock. When these people open the door, so there was the policeman at the door. Policeman finds neighbor's lost dog, came to inquire about. Gemma tells him that she wants to kill the neighbor's dog. There is no news about. Only the neighbor shouting from behind and blaming. Gemma puts it. She says that this is what made me, the dog has gone missing. That from the policeman, she says that the robot in her house, whose name is M3GAN, she's at the window, even at 3 o'clock in the night, keeps awake outside. I am absolutely sure he's the one who killed my dog is. Now when the policeman sees M3GAN, he wonders how a robot could kill a dog. That's why he doesn't doubt M3GAN. That Gemma says that if you have trouble with your neighbor, if you find the dog, please inform me. Saying this, he leaves from there. A police, Gemma's neighbors, after leaving, she comes in front of the house and starts shouting and threatening. If I find out that my dog, one of you, if he kills me, I will take his life. This listening to M3GAN, too much anger rises. That's for M3GAN, the neighbor had become a threat whose dogs he had killed. At night, when everyone sleeps, then M3GAN goes to the neighbor's house. She goes closer, and there is the sound of her dog. Starts taking out. Neighbor, yours, hearing the sound of the dog, she comes out and comes closer to that voice. Know him there, it turns out that his dog is the one making the noise. No, but M3GAN, and here M3GAN is neighbor, she also kills him very brutally, and she no evidence by cleaning the blood on the ground, doesn't leave. The next day the policeman comes to Gemma's house again. Gemma feels that he asked again about the dog has come. But this time it's about the dog, not about me, but about the neighbor's murder. I came to ask. Now the police are on the spot, started doubting. Gemma also gets confused, that boy in the first school who had taken M3GAN into the forest, he was killed, and now suddenly the neighbor died. All this, Gemma becomes suspicious of M3GAN, while watching it starts happening. That's why Gemma went to M3GAN's house. That day with a body camera, the day Gemma starts watching footage of M3GAN, took it with me to school. There he got it, the recording appears in which Brandon is present. But before that, Gemma, only then could I watch the recording in its entirety. Recording stops and video stops as soon as it is done. All the files of that day will automatically get corrupted. Seeing this, Gemma, I am worried as to how all this happened suddenly. It happened. Just then M3GAN comes there. Looking at M3GAN, only Gemma understands that all this, and here M3GAN herself also tells that I told the neighbor, and that boy is killed. Upon hearing this, Gemma turns him off. Asks to be, but M3GAN gets turned off, refuses to. Before M3GAN does something, Gemma shows her a pin. And as soon as M3GAN's attention went towards the pin Gemma cunningly turns him off, does it. After this, Gemma quickly went to M3GAN, she applies tape on it, and packs it, and drives away. Sitting in the car, she immediately started taking him to the company. But Katie was angry with this. Because of losing your best friend, she starts yelling at Gemma. After arriving at the office, Gemma confronts Tess and Cole. M3GAN's about to commit murder. Tells. But both of them are sure of this, don't think that M3GAN can commit murder. Now these people are very upset because exactly one day later M3GAN was about to be launched. M3GAN the child, on the other hand, were waiting for the launch of. Now KD had become very aggressive in the company. So Gemma starts taking him home. Only then, he gets a test call. From Tess, Gemma asks what about M3GAN should do. Then Gemma tells on the call that no matter what happens, M3GAN will not be launched. To do. This call was actually made by M3GAN, did it myself. Now he has updated himself so much had done, the music, without anyone touching it, could control the phone. After a while, Tess looks at his phone. It seems that someone has taken a call from his phone. Have talked to. She asks this to Cole. Did you jam on my phone, talk to? Cole answers him no, and now both of them become suspicious that this isn't all M3GAN's work. That's why this log M3GAN security system, they start checking, and here they find out it is said that changing in the system of M3GAN, taking advantage of which he has many did illegal things. Now as soon as these people, M3GAN's entire system begins to reset, then suddenly their computer shuts down, and these people understand that M3GAN has done this work. Have done. Now here's to Cole. M3GAN forever to destroy starts removing the wires attached to it. Only then suddenly M3GAN grabs him, and he tried to kill Cole by putting a wire around his neck. Leaves 4. But Tess quickly she cuts the wire and saves the man. Outside, David to M3GAN on the way out, get it. M3GAN looking at David picks up an iron rod and follows it, starts running away. Then in the lift she saw David. The same assistant is also available, which stealing company files to another company used to sell. Now here's M3GAN David first she hits, and then she also hits the assistant. Kills very brutally. After this she walks out of the company. Where a very luxurious car parked outside, she hacks it, and finds Gemma sitting in it. She leaves to settle her accounts. Putting Gemma Katie to sleep on the other side, I was about to go to my room, when he hears the sounds of the piano playing. When she goes to the piano, and looks, his breath caught in his throat due to fear. They just get stuck. Because that piano and none other than M3GAN, Gemma playing M3GAN, she says you spent day and night making me work hard, and today you shut me down, you are going. Gemma tells M3GAN that I didn't want to turn you off, but you made me do it, because you have now become a murderer. M3GAN says I did it all, KD, and things here are the same. While talking, Gemma shows him the same pin again. Tries to stop. But this time M3GAN does not fall into his trap, and he held Gemma by the neck and sat on the table. Slams. Now save your life here to save yourself. Use a glass of water lying nearby. Hits M3GAN on the head. Whereby M3GAN short circuit in the entire body feels, and M3GAN's very strangely starts chasing Gemma in a scary manner And here's Gemma to defend herself, picks up a big saw and attacks the mage. So much of M3GAN, something can't get worse. Just a little bit of M3GAN's hair fly away, and get a big blow on his face, gets cut, and seeing this M3GAN is no longer becomes very angry. Now M3GAN very more scary, and looking dreadful, and she slowly walks towards Gemma starts to increase. The sound of Gemma screaming, hearing this, KD also reaches there, and she also sees M3GAN's scary appearance. M3GAN tries to instigate him against Gemma, that we should together kill Gemma. But KD had understood now. M3GAN doesn't agree. Seeing this, M3GAN says, okay, if you join me, if I don't want to give, then even if I'm alone can kill Gemma. Saying this, he went to Gemma starts moving towards. But here from behind, KD acting wisely puts on robot gloves. Which Gemma made in college days was. That big robot with the help of KD gloves grabs M3GAN through. He first throws M3GAN on the ground, and then tears it into 2 pieces. But even after this M3GAN does not stop, and now she proceeds to kill KD also. But then Gemma M3GAN from behind she attacks. He threw him down, and after taking out all the musical parts from his head brain tries to remove the chip. But then M3GAN starts strangling Gemma. Now before M3GAN strangles Gemma would have killed him. Then KD1 picked up a screwdriver and hit M3GAN in the head. Destroys the brain chip. Thereby finally M3GAN stops. After destroying M3GAN, Gemma and KD comes out of the house. Outside, Tess and Cole stand with the police, and Gemma and KD go with them. Both are At the end of the movie, we are shown that M3GAN has already found herself in Gemma's house uploaded to AI system is. With this story ends. If you like this video, then subscribe to the channel and videos please like, and if you like this movie, if you want to see the second part then share it in the comments. Right?